From under the bridge to around the town, this is the Prattle Proos. So get your ears close to your speakers and button up those britches for a good time.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Prattle Proos. It's me, Clayton, the lead host.
It's Proos. It's not pros.
Yeah.
Proos. Do it again.
Do it again.
Okay.
Do it again.
Hello, everybody. This is Clayton with Prattle Proos, the lead host. We have Sarah, co-host,
Hello.
and Jason, our co-host musician, with a special guest, Chris Garrido. Now, Chris is the drummer for 4 bands.
Prattle Proos.
Woo!
Thank you, Jason. And including the Penitent Man. I'm familiar with the Penitent Man. It's an amazing band. Chris is an amazing drummer. A couple of facts here about Chris. He's played over 500 shows, recorded over 200 songs, and somehow he finds time to be a dad. And what's the next big excitement?
Oh, grandpa.
A grandpa.
Grandpa. Oh, I like to. I am a grumpa. A grumpa. I'm the grumpy grandpa, so it's grumpa.
Okay, we need to make a shirt then. I'm grandpa. That's awesome.
I
and
love
then maybe
that.
I'm grumpa.
a license plate for your car, grandpa.
Yes, grumpa.
Because you know those license plates that say "Me Papa."
Yeah.
No.
You have to decipher what it says. It's like A, B, blah, blah. No, I'm just grumpa. I'm grumpa.
So the other thing about Chris, he is a full-on gear addict. So Chris used the words, "I am a gear whore," meaning he's a junkie when it comes to collecting gear. We're going to get into that. So let's get into all this together. So Chris, should we start with you, or should we start with like a monologue with me and Jason and Sarah?
We can.
Oh wait, we need to do the background of the Prattle Proos, where that came from.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Go.
Jason, should we do that?
Yes.
Okay. Prattle Proos. Here's
Yes.
where it came from. Me and Jason were sitting down doing the podcast, or thinking of the idea, right? We all know that we decided to do it when we were on a trip back from California.
Yeah.
So I'm an AI enthusiast. And so I just put in, I need a logo for Prattle Proos. Here's what our show's going to be about, this kind of stuff. And
Well, yeah, but before that though, we put out for names, and Sarah came up with Prattle Proos. She sent that to us, and then we jump into
Go,
the
Sarah.
and
Yeah,
then,
did
then you
something.
jump into the AI portion of it. Yeah,
yeah, what we're going
because
to
I was against Prattle Proos.
Yeah. You were against it?
Yeah, I wanted something really random and really weird.
Okay.
And so he when before I even see like Prattle Proos and stuff, he goes into AI. I'll let you continue from there.
He's like, here you go. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm the lead host.
That's cool.
Yeah. So anyway, so I put it in and I say, this is the name of our thing. Sarah says so. And AI came back spelling it completely wrong and did 2 O's instead of 1. And so Jason said, I like that. We're going to do Proos. Prattle Proos.
I loved it.
Proos.
I loved it because it's also got a story, but also at the same time, it's so random and weird. It makes people do exactly like you did. Prattle Proos.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you call yourself? What is it? Proos, pros,
What does
Proos.
prattling mean?
Yeah, what is
Yeah.
prattle?
We get that all the time. This is a great
prattle a
question.
word?
And this is another story too.
Is prattle a word?
Yeah.
It is.
What does it mean?
Jason, I'll let you take this one.
Okay, so my cousin Christy was with her husband Scott, and Scott is he's a really good guy, but kind of a goofy sense of humor. Kind of like I've got. Chuck has got more of my sense of humor. He's another brother-in-law that I've got, and so he's just talking about different things and just talking away about how the grass is over there doing this and how this is he's driving along, and she goes, "Will you stop it? You're prattling about nothing." And prattle means to just talk endlessly about absolutely nothing. So
Love
Yeah.
it. Love
Dictionary is like, what did it do? The dictionary compared it to 12-year-olds talking. It's just they prattle about nothing. So
it. It fits 100% with Clay. So
Yes.
I'm totally. It's good.
Yeah.
You know, I had a dream
Talking about
once.
it's just like prattle. It's just a bunch of prattle. Bunch of prattle.
You know, all the listeners are going to say my experience with Clay is just like that. I just have to walk away from the conversation because I just don't know what he's talking about. We just shake our head and say, yes, Clay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
Yeah,
Clay.
but I'm so out there. I make Clay go.
What?
What?
Yeah. What?
What?
Yeah.
All the time. All the time. All the time. And then my daughter's boyfriend, I'm hard of hearing, so I have to wear hearing aids. I don't know if anybody knew that or not, but surprise. Yeah. So what he does when he has conversations with me is he will purposely mumble. He'll say, "Hey, Clay, over there." What?
Hey, this is the future son-in-law.
Well,
We don't know.
Look,
no.
this is the boyfriend of
Maddie,
okay.
our youngest.
Like that, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, everything's
Yeah,
fine.
but he makes it to where it actually sounds like he's saying something, and so I'm genuinely, what? Yeah. Sometimes I'll just say,
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, let's get over to you, Chris. Okay, Chris Garrido, the rock star of the drums. We want to know who's Chris off stage. You have a big presence behind there thumping on those drums. Who are you when you're not doing that?
Who am I? I think the biggest thing that I take pride in is family. Like my family, my kids, my immediate tribe is literally what drives me every day, whether it's work, whether it's music, whether it's just being grandpa, grandpa, or dad. I fill a lot of roles, and I have amazing human beings in my tribe. We'll call it tribe.
Yeah.
That is my, it's my wife, it's my kids, but it expands from there. It's the brother-in-laws, the sister-in-laws, the family that's they're supporting us every day. So me in a nutshell, I think it's family first. I want to say music second, but I think it's work because I have to support my family, and then music might be third. But as Clay mentioned, I'm in 4 bands currently. And I love playing music. I love connecting with various different people and seeing what pops out in the end. But my dedication is absolutely family, work to support the family, and then music. But as Clay mentioned, I'm playing in 4 bands right now, all different genres, across the board. But it's the most I've been active in music in a long time. I did a career change in 2024, which kind of allowed me to, kind of go outside the box and say, hey, I'm a drummer. And, being a drummer in Utah and the local scene it's kind of a big thing. There's not a lot of drummers that bands can go and poach, and so to speak. But yeah, I'm living life. I'm being a grandpa. I'm working my butt off and playing music whenever I can. But I'm in
Love it.
Yeah, like I said, I'm doing 4 different bands, 4 different genres, but it's been cool. It's been awesome. So
That's awesome. So you're in Salt Lake.
Yep.
Music scene for 25 years and 3 months and 450 days.
Yes. Well, it's
So wait, you started were the drums the first instrument that you've ever played?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know of.
Yeah, it was a weird thing how I kind of stumbled on the drums. One of my friends, he was way into guitar, and he's like, "You should play the drums." And I was in 7th grade.
I was gonna say, how old were you?
Yeah, 7th grade, Bountiful Junior High, to kind of bring it all to the forefront.
Yeah.
But he's like, "Yeah, you should play the drums," and I've never done it before. I went to my parents and I'm like, hey, I want to play the drums. Can we go buy a drum set? And I knew the answer would be no. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. We're not doing that. And my parents caved, and they're like, let's go buy you a drum set. So I went down,
Oh wow.
drum set, and yeah, just from that point forward, I've never taken a lesson. I've taken one lesson in my entire life.
How'd that go?
It was good. I sat down and just did what's called 4/4. So I just played straight beat. Bum, da, bum, da, bum, da, bum, da. And the drum instructor, who's a phenomenal drum player, he's like, no, we're gonna have to take a lot of time with you. So I kind of went through that lesson and relearned stuff, and then ironically, a couple days later, Jace had passed.
Yeah.
So I literally went right into him. Jace was, playing. Jace was here, yada yada. A couple days later, Jace had passed. The drum instructor was like, "Hey, we want to pick this back up. Like, what are we gonna do?" And I had no desire. But my playing has all been self-taught. Back in, it would have been 1994, I just started playing AC/DC. I played along to AC/DC, just simple 4/4, ba 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 ba, and that's kind of how I got my way into music. So
We might have to hear you play on this show. Like, that's so random that I say that because we didn't talk about that before, but this is like, man, that would be amazing. Why did you so you went to the drums, but why would you pick that over like the cowbell or the triangle or
Bass.
yeah, or bass, the guitar,
tambourine.
yeah, something other
or
than
the cello?
the loudest thing in the room.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. If you had a lot of cowbell, that's pretty.
Very true. And back in the day, I had zero cowbell, so this was all just playing. And I think I picked it because my best friend at the time, he was a guitar player, and he said, "You're gonna play the drums." And I had to go to my parents, which was a whole different feat in itself,
Yeah.
and say, "I want to play the drums." Surprisingly, very surprisingly, they went out, bought me a drum kit, and literally I sat down and I started playing to AC/DC, and it's just 4/4 straight, just boom da boom da boom da, and that's where I cut my teeth and where I learned how to play.
So was it in like your parents' garage or in your room? Like where'd you have it set up? Okay.
Yeah, in my room.
Okay.
I had
Wow.
very specific times where I could play where
Yeah.
my parents weren't home, where it was just me, maybe my, brothers and sisters. But yeah, it was at home, just in my little bedroom there playing AC/DC. And then
That's
when
so
my
cool.
parents got home, I'm like, I got to stop. So
Yeah.
I would hold all that internally, and then the next day I would go back. But
That's cool.
So
yeah.
do you have plans on answering my question?
Yes, I do. What was your question?
Yeah. Didn't he answer it?
Why not the cowbell? I really want to know.
I've never
Random.
been a fan of the cowbell.
Okay, that'll do. All right, so you've played in over 500
I
shows.
can play the cowbell, but I've never been a fan of the cowbell.
Yeah.
Do you
And
play the cowbell while you play drums like that?
100%. What's actually kind of crazy is in one of my 4 bands, we were talking about doing a cover song because we don't have a lot of material, and it came up as, hey, let's play Nazareth. It's a song called Hair of the Dog, and it's just nonstop like cowbell. And if you were to listen to the Nazareth song, you would know what it is. But yeah, I tried that. Cowbell's never been kind of my thing, but I love it. So
it's not featured in most. It's not featured in most bands.
yes, right?
The fans aren't saying cowbell,
Specific
cowbell.
thing. Yeah, cowbell is a very specific thing, but
Yeah.
doing
See?
that, yeah.
It's not like people are out there going, well, I've got a singer, I've got I got a guitarist. I need a cowbell player.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. So 500 shows. You've recorded 200 songs, like I was saying when I introduced you.
Yeah.
Of all of those performances, which one stands out to you that was that moment in your life where you're like, oh my gosh, this is why I'm doing this?
Oh, that's a hard question. I think kind of my epitome of what I've done is I play in a band called Holdra, which is very obscure, like very long instrumental songs. A lot of like what they call clean and harsh vocals. But with that band, back in the day, on a CD, you could only create 90 minutes of music. Okay, so 90 minutes was the most you could put on a CD. And with that band, we created an album that was 88 minutes long, that was just start to finish. Started here, songs kind of bled into each other. When I go back and listen to that, I think that might be like my peak, so to speak. But again, as I've gotten older and as I've played with various different bands and whatnot, I think I'm playing my best drumming now. But if I were to have to go back, I've been in a band called Monarch, The Penitent Man. Like we've done really good stuff here in the Salt Lake scene. But I think I would go back to that, where it's 88 minutes of just cohesiveness from track 1 all the way to track 12.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that would probably be my, like, this is what I would deliver. But again,
should we listen to that? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, every band's different, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did have one more question on that.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was.
Were the lyrics kind of set up to flow between the different songs as well, or was it a concept album at all, or?
It was not a concept album in the beginning. I think it obviously turned into a concept album where we were able to, like, the songs were not blended together as you would hear or see in a concept album.
Yeah.
It did flow, they did do all of that, but it wasn't necessarily a concept album, but it just worked. It flowed. Each track was like, boom, we went one into the other and whatnot. But yeah, like Clay said, I've done so much musically here in the local scene, but I think that album with the band called Holdra was probably one of my most cohesive drumming and packages that I've ever done.
That's awesome. Holdra, HOLDRA.
HUL. Yeah, HULDRA.
No, Hydra.
All right.
Yeah.
No, not Hydra. That's Marvel.
What I learned in Holdra, so I think if you go back and I think it's back in Greek mythology where they have sirens, right? They have females that come out and they sing these songs to lure people in, and they actually kill them, right?
The Argonauts, Jason
Right?
the Argonauts, yeah.
So Holdra, there is actually, if you go back into it, it's a tie to that. Holdra, there's a presence that's in the woods that sings siren songs, right? You sing these people in. Hey, come into me. Come into me.
Okay.
Singing beautiful stuff. Come into me, and then after that, it's just like, it's chaos, or, hey, I'm going to kill you,
Yeah.
type deal.
Okay.
But yeah.
So did you pick the name because you guys sing really good, not because you're going to kill them?
No, we sing terrible. We're gonna go.
You're gonna kill them from your singing. Okay.
We're gonna kill
It's
them.
the music. It's the music that pulls you in.
I like how the murderers talk and that. Hey, we're gonna kill you.
We're gonna kill you. Yes. It's hard to like interpretate or to get other people to understand, but
Yeah.
I think Jason gets it.
I get it now. Like, I've always known the name of your band, but that makes sense. Like, I've never really asked why. I was just like, oh, that's a cool name.
Yeah.
But now that you explain it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool.
So Holdra is
Holdra.
definitely, that it's like a song to the siren. It's where we play like 13. I think we have a song that's like 17 minutes long, where it's just
Wow.
this music that builds and builds and builds and crescendos, and then decays, and then kind of brings it back in. But
That's awesome.
yeah, it's
I want to hear it.
you should. It's a cool thing. It's a cool thing to experiment with
Yeah.
different types of artists, where it's like, hey, we just want to go stock. We want to do something simple. We want to pump this 3-minute song out. Blah. Hey, I'm in Holdra. I want to do a 17-minute long song. I want to do 25-minute long. Penitent Man, we're a little scaled back from that, where it's a little more mainstream, but we're still extending. So
Yeah.
I'm blessed in being able to create music with a bunch of different members of the Salt Lake City music scene. And like, I've been doing this for like 25 years just with Salt Lake. And I've seen bands like, I've seen bands, crescendo, decay, so on and so forth. But yeah, it's pretty cool. We got a cool scene here in Salt Lake.
So crescendo.
Yeah.
Because we have users that are
Users or listeners? None of us are users here.
We're all listeners here.
Okay, so that was my business world talk coming into play.
Yeah.
Users of the system. No, this is not software on this call. Okay. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Thanks a lot. All right, so let's rewind. You mentioned CD. I think we need to explain that for the listeners that may be younger than our generation.
Yes.
Do we need to define what a CD is, Jason?
No.
You say no because you'd have no patience with that generation.
Like, no, we don't need to deal with that right now.
All right.
No, we're talking about concept albums and stuff, and I don't want to explain a CD.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
All right, that generation, you're on your own.
They,
if you're
they
listening.
can Google it. They can Google it.
Chris, you're a gearhead. You're a gearhead. You described yourself as a what?
A gear whore.
Gear whore. You
Yes.
have over 20 snare drums, 10 to 15 drum kits. What's the crown jewel, like the Indiana Jones priceless piece in your collection?
So there's a company out of Austin, Texas. They're called A and F drum. I don't know, A and F drum kit or whatever. I've bought 2 of their kits. They're expensive, but they basically strip it all down. Like, when you look at the drums, and I know you can't see, but the drums that I have here, it's just very basic, simple, almost like if you were to go to Civil War. Like, honestly, if you were to go to Civil War, and you would see those.
Oh, the marcher people?
Yes. Yeah.
I think that's what they're officially called, marcher people.
They are marcher people. We're going to call them marcher people. So,
Jason, like, okay.
marcher people.
So the marcher people, after, like, when I got these kits, and they're all made of different woods and whatnot, they all sound different. I can go on forever about it. But when I got these kits and I started breaking them down, because like I said, I've been playing drums for a long, long time. But I broke these drum kits down, and they're very simple. They're very like if you were to go into a Civil War and call on, your drum squad to lay down the snare, to hit the bass drum, to call those troops in. Very, very simple, but they are hands down the best drums I've ever played in my life. Going to recording sessions, playing with various musicians, they hands down say they are the best drums that they've ever heard. So,
wow.
Again, very fortunate to be able to play those. I have a very simple setup. I just do what's called a rack tom, a floor tom, a bass, and a snare. So it's just simple 4-piece kit. But these drums, they've produced sounds and I guess noises in a way that I've never been able to replicate with other like high-end drums. So
Yeah.
definitely a fan of A&F drums. I've been fortunate enough to be endorsed by a cymbal company out of Turkey. They're called
Okay.
Bosphorus cymbals, and they're amazing cymbals. So after like 25 years of playing drums, I've found kind of what I consider if I were to go into a studio, if I were to do, play live, these are the drums. So,
Those are it.
Yep.
Do you ever sell your stuff? Like you collect stuff, but do you sell it ever?
I did. And every time I used to sell something, I would die.
You know what my
I would
you know what my next
die. I'd be like, oh, don't take that.
you know what
Yes,
my next question is. What's the one piece that you really regret out of all of those regrets? What did you get rid of that you're like,
I don't know if it's a regret, but I sold a 1960 Ludwig maple drum kit to another guy that then in turn brought me what's called a Vista Light kit, which is all
oh yeah,
acrylic. Yeah, it's all acrylic stuff. It's what John Bonham back in Zeppelin days would play. So I had that maple kit. It was very simple, but I traded that to get this other kit, which I still have. But that might be the one where I was like,
that's the one, huh?
I should never have sold that.
Well,
But
good
right
news
now,
for you. On this call today, I have the buyer of that, and we're going to get him on the phone, and we're going to get it back for you.
Get it back.
Well, do you find that the reason why you didn't like the trade in the end is it doesn't match the sounds that you want to do, or that you're doing with the current bands, or?
Yep,
Okay.
100%. It was all sound driven. Like I've never been one to like mute drums. Like don't do this, don't do that. I want them to sing. I want drum. Like even putting a pillow in the bass drum, it's a little. But yeah, with that, it was like I don't know. I sold it. It was one of those where I probably shouldn't have sold it. Where I went back. So.
So speaking of not selling something, I think before we move into our next segment where we're going to start talking about, and I'm going to start asking questions about your dad life and your, what did you call yourself? Grumpy pants?
Grandpa.
Grumpa.
Grandpa.
Grumpa.
Grandpa.
Grumpa. I want to dig into that, but we do want to make you remember a couple weeks ago we did a random phone call to somebody. So I think right now, before we change gears, play on words.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So we are going to call one of Chris's friends. I won't say his name to protect him. We'll call him, what's the nickname we want to give him? Manny.
Manny.
We'll say it's Manny.
Sure.
Manny. So we're going to call Manny.
I have another friend named Manny, but we'll call him Manny.
Oh, you do? All right. We won't call him Manny. We're going to call him
Steve.
Hank. We'll call him Hank. Steve. We'll call him Steve. All right.
Let's call him.
Okay, so Steve is about to be called by a producer. That's me. And we are going to see if we can get him to come join and record for us. So what do you think, Chris?
Do it.
And he has no idea that we're calling. This is something that
no idea at all.
Something that we am I calling him?
Kevin, right? It's Kevin,
it's
right?
Steve. It's Steve. We weren't going to give the name, but you just
it's
did.
Steve. We're doing Steve.
It's Steve. Am I calling his work or his cell phone?
I think you're calling his cell phone.
Okay.
Steve, answer your phone.
Did you tell him that? Did you say answer your phone?
No. I've had a conversation with him.
All right. I'm a little nervous
do
because I haven't done a prank call since I was a teenager where I changed my voice.
Oh,
hello, is your refrigerator running? You better catch it. All right, here we go.
That's a good one.
Here we go.
Can you guys hear that?
Yep.
Oh, right to voicemail.
It went to his voicemail. He saw my Colorado ID and he's probably like, nope. Try it
He's
again.
like, no, Carol, I don't want to donate blood.
Right. Yeah.
No,
I'm gonna
no, Carol.
Carol from Vitalent.
Text him really quick, Chris, and tell him that you just talked to somebody and they're going to try to call you about some deal. Don't give it away, though. It's going to be
all
fun.
I said was answer your phone.
But it's not from you. Okay,
No,
here
but
we go.
He'll know.
All right.
Hello?
Yeah. Oh, hi there. Is this Kevin?
It is.
Oh, hey, Kevin. Hey, this here's Damian Snell from Crayon Records. Hey, we specialize in avant grande sonic exploration and raw performance energy. Okay, so hey, listen, I'm reaching out because we heard that you're performing a Yoko Ono inspired experimental band. I hear it's called Plastic Karma Experience. Is that you?
That is me, yeah.
Ah, all right, great. Hey, so how I got a hold of you here is our scout said that you guys opened for Shinedown at the depot last year. Is that right?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, great. Hey, then again you also opened for Scott. Is it Willoland from Stone Temple Pilots? Did I say that name right?
Yeah, that's perfectly right.
Scott Willoland. Okay, great. So it was in this wild set and strobe lights. You guys didn't have instruments, and a guy yelled into a bowl of oatmeal. Was that you?
That was definitely.
All right, hey, great. Usually people don't yell into a bowl of oatmeal, but hey, we're gonna let that go. But that was just an identifier, so that we can further identify you. So anyway, hey, I just want to see if you'd be interested to come on over and do a recording with us with that Plastic Karma experience. The Yoko Ono inspired one.
Oh, I'm definitely not.
Yeah, we just don't have a bowl. It's more of like a bag. We got some horses out back, and that's often what we feed them for the wintertime to fatten up. I guess we could put one around you.
I'm in there.
All right. Hey, great. You know what? If we go, are you available? Maybe, just one more thing here. Are you available? Maybe if we do this, maybe in July for Sonic Barn Fest. It's in Portland, so you might have to drive a little further. But hey, I'm thinking you could headline the 1 a.m. slot. Is that too early?
That's not.
Okay, good. Okay, well, what we do is, since you're agreeing here, we provide free transportation. It's probably not really what you're used to, but it's a refurbished mail truck. I'll just be honest with you. But hey, the meals, they're going to most likely be pudding based. Are you still in?
Oh, I'm very much in.
Okay, great. All right. Hey, I don't want to keep you too long because you're a busy guy, Steve. So, hey, if you're going to release a debut album, I heard that you may name it Shriek of Consciousness, or what if we did it? What if we changed it a little bit to like Unplugged and Unhinged? I don't know. I'm just asking for a friend over at NPR.
I'm open to change.
Okay, all right. Hey, great. Hey, so do you go by Steve or do you go by Kevin?
Some days it's Steve, some days it's Kevin.
Why would it be different on a different day, Steve?
Today I'm Kevin. Tomorrow I'm Steve.
So it's a weekend thing. Okay. Well, we'll have to put that on our thing too. Usually what we do is, I just want to make sure I get it right, because on this transportation, usually we're going to put like, hey, we're transporting Steve, like they do on the big movie buses.
Yeah, so if it's a weekend. Say you're transporting Kevin. If it's not a weekend,
Oh, hey, I think we got a good plan here. So we're gonna go ahead and get those oatmeal sacks for you. I appreciate it, Steve. We'll be in touch. You have any questions for me? Again, my name is Damian Schnell. With Crayon Record. Are you writing this down, Steve? Yeah. And I'm the one that specializes in the avant-garde sonic exploration. You write that down? Okay. Okay, you got it. All right. So keep in mind, this is going to be raw performance energy at 1 a.m. We're headlining Portland. Okay. Write that down. Write that down. All right. Hey. All right. Thanks a bunch, Steve. Hey, I can't wait to talk to you. I'll have my people talk to you, and then we'll probably get together sometime. Thanks a bunch, sir.
Likewise, man. I can't wait.
All right. Well, we'll see you later.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, okay.
He just made a band. He made a band during that time. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to say, yeah, okay, let's continue. Like, he kind of threw me
I'm
off
gonna share
guard.
with you the text message that he sends me here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was fun.
Hey, that was pretty good. That was pretty good, dude.
Ah, man, that came back like
Going
riding a
well.
bicycle. I did that all the time. All right. Thank you. That was a lot of fun. We'll have to do that more often. Should we transition over? Let's talk about your dad life. So you got 5 kids, Chris. You just became a grandpa.
I just became
How
a
did-
grandpa.
For how old is the grandbaby?
The grandbaby's just over a week now.
Wow, I thought it was 2.
No. The last Thursday, right?
Thursday,
The
yeah.
1st of May.
Oh my
Yeah, May
gosh.
1st. Yeah,
May 1st.
But
Wow.
yeah, doing the dad thing. I've been doing it forever, it seems. But that's what's most important in my life is my family. Had a amazing grandbaby born a week ago. I've got another grandbaby due the end of July.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's
That's awesome.
that's what I'm living life for now is like grandbabies, family, music, work.
So it's due in July. Are you going to have time to go see Kevin or Steven?
I think I think I might miss the grandbaby in July. Kevin and I might be on a little expose. To,
On that mail truck.
yes, we might be doing that. No, but
Because I can't change the banner now.
Yeah.
It says Steve. I guess we can permanent marker in your name. Steven and Chris.
Pudding-based meals.
Pudding based meals.
You like that, huh? That was funny.
no, but I really could not be more blessed than what I have right now. I've gone through a bunch of shit in my life, but right now is like a bunch of shiz in my life. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
But right now, like now is I'm living my best life. Honestly, like I'm living my best life. I've got an amazing wife who, and I'm just saying this out there for the ether, but Holly she's like no other. Like there is nobody else like her outside of Sarah and the rest of the siblings. I'm sure probably.
Technically, she's not. She's got different DNA. Like we could go into
science.
science.
But I'm literally, like I said, I'm living my best life. I've got an amazing support system. I have the ultimate wife that kind of adjusts to the stuff that I do. I go to work every day. I go play in various different bands, and she's right there, on the sideline, just saying, what do I need to do? And having that is a huge thing. Me being where I'm at, kind of, do I want to chase this or do I want to go somewhere where it's a little more promising? Like she's right there on the sideline. She will say, "Go chase what your heart wants to do." and I'll be right there. So
With her cowbell.
with her
Ding, ding,
cowbell.
ding, 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 ding.
Yes. No, but I'm again. I've got my scars. I've got my wounds. We have our scars. We have our wounds. But
Yeah.
I'm right now. I'm living my best life with the
That's awesome.
people, with the best people surrounding me, you guys included. So yeah, I couldn't ask for more.
And this is the part of the show that we virtually cuddle.
I can feel it right. Oh, it's so warm.
You complete me. Come on. There we go.
No, but seriously, like I've lived a hard life. I've gone through a lot of stuff, and Holly, your family's gone through obviously a lot of stuff. And when I'm able to take a step back and really look at what I have, what we've created, like I'm a very, very, very fortunate man. Very fortunate. So
You're a really good
Yeah.
guy, Chris. You're a really good guy.
Yeah.
I've always looked up to you. Always. You've always been such a good dad. You've been really fun. What I like about too is when we'd always get together. We don't see each other all the time, but it seems like when we do, it's like we just pick up where we left off, which is proof of a good relationship right there. Good friendship.
100%. Holly and I were talking about a friend that I've known for 30 years, and going back, it's like I don't talk to him a whole bunch, but I know that I can go back to
Is that Steve?
That was Steve. That was Kevin. What are you doing to me?
I just committed to being an opening headlining.
Like, what is going on? No,
I have to eat pudding.
I don't eat pudding. No, but seriously, like I've been through a lot. I'm super fortunate for what I have. I've
That's awesome.
got, like I said, amazing support group and all that. So
I think that brings us to a really good segue with your family and how you put them first and stuff. Segues into your attention span. Wait, back here. We're back over here.
Oh, we're back here.
It was only in movies. We're not in a movie right now. But you loved working at a movie theater when you were younger.
I loved it.
Tell us about that. Why? Like, is it just all the people, or?
It was the people. It was the stuff that we did. Like, I remember going after hours and setting up a boxing rink that we would do boxing in. The first time I think I ever played for anybody, I was able to set my kid up in a movie theater and just play along to a song. So yeah, it's been
That's cool.
Yeah, it's been cool. But yeah.
Well, see you later. Pickles, huh?
Next question.
Jason has a question. I know you have one burning.
Like I said, I've been playing drums for a long time. Never taken lessons. Going back to the movie theater days, I would literally, like, we had 8 theaters that we could do whatever we wanted. And I remember going back in the day, setting my drums up down at the base of the screen where everything's, seen, and just playing to Led Zeppelin, playing to AC/DC. And
was anybody in there with you, or was it just you playing because of the acoustics of the theater?
there was like 3 people, but they didn't get it. It was magical to me, and then I was like, get out of here, let me do my thing. But every scenario is different. Like, every situation is different. Whether you're playing in front of one person, hey, let me play the song, or playing in front of 1,000 people, which I've done. So that time back in my early teens, I was learning how to do stuff. So it would be like, and again, being able to be employed at a movie theater, which obviously, they had movies 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. But when they closed down, the magic is where it was at. Like,
Oh man.
I set my drum set up. I would just play, and all the people that I was able to interact with was super cool. So
That's cool. Did you ever perform for just random people when they're watching movies? They're like, "What is that noise in there?" And they just come in and sit and watch,
never did that. Nope.
like on the street. That would be awesome, Chris. Like the undercover people,
Yeah.
just go play the drums,
Like
and they have no
Jimmy
idea.
Fallon, they're like, "Hey, we're in the New York subway."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
man.
It's Jimmy Fallon, or
Jimmy Fallon, yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love that. I would love to do something like that. It would be super cool.
We should do it. We should do it. Seriously. I mean, our antics. We should do it and put it on the podcast.
Let's do it.
The New York subway.
No.
I'll have to come do it somewhere around Salt Lake. Yeah.
And then I can bring
Salt
like
Lake or
some
Phoenix?
bass.
Yeah, one of those two.
Like Evan.
We'll meet halfway. We'll be like
St. George.
St. George.
Bakersfield.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Barstow.
Yeah, Barstow.
What's the
Kanab, Utah.
Yes. Language. How you doing?
Language, there you go.
Language. We'd have to knock out a few of our teeth, I think.
Yes, we.
Jason, you have some questions. I know you do because you're talking to a musician and he's talking to a musician.
I do.
Do it. Do it. Let's talk.
You know what we should do?
So, sorry, go ahead.
No, you, because I asked you to ask a question
Oh.
and then I was going to interrupt you.
Well, no, it's just one of those things. When I learned how to play, I had an obsession with a certain genre of music that really drove me. And you mentioned like Led Zeppelin and AC/DC, because you have to listen to the same song over and over and over, especially when you're self-taught. Because I'm self-taught too. So was it kind of like just that genre that you could listen to over and over and over and just keep playing and still feel the same about the songs later?
Yeah. Honestly, when I look back, my biggest impact was AC/DC. Just doing Phil Rudd standard 4x4, and as simple as Back in Black is, for me to just continue to do that, it was a huge moving point for me. I've never taken a lesson. I shouldn't say that. I've taken one lesson.
The one.
Taken one. But yeah, like you said, it's taking these influences and breaking them down as simple as you can. And when I look back at how I learned how to play, it was AC/DC. It was simple. It was just 4/4, Phil Rudd stuff, yada yada yada. But it was so impactful. I would, if I had to go back and relearn the drums, I would do that same thing. I would go back to Phil Rudd. I'd go back to AC/DC, just simple bum da bum da, and that's what blew my mind open. Honestly, Zeppelin was the biggest thing. I went to a record store in Bountiful, and I had incidentally thought that Aerosmith had sung Stairway to Heaven, not Dream On. And I got the two confused. So I remember clear as day, I went to this record store in Bountiful called Tom Tom Music. And I went in and I tried to learn what that song was. I thought it was Stairway to Heaven, but it wasn't. So I listened to Zeppelin 1, I listened to Good Times, Bad Times, and then Baby, I'm Gonna Leave You came up, and my mind exploded. And that's where it was at, 1994. Listening to Baby, I'm Gonna Leave You back in Bountiful, and my mind exploded.
How does that one go? I can't remember that song.
It's very it's not acoustic, but it's kind of acoustic-ish. Joni Mitchell, actually, I think she sang that before, but that is the song. It's track 2 on Zeppelin 1 that blew my mind open.
So does it go Baby, you're gonna leave me tomorrow. Is that
It's
how it
No,
goes?
no.
Is
it's
that play?
not.
That
It's
sounds just like
not
Roger.
Freebird. No, Jason, you know. Jason, you know.
Yeah.
It's very melodic. It's like, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, and then Robert Plant comes in, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But
He'll
that-
have to listen
that
to it
song-
after.
You know, 'cause
Yeah.
it's kind of funny because I went back in time because I was grunge. Of course, grunge just came out later. We didn't call it grunge, but that's just how everybody knows it. And so it was Nirvana. I did a steps, basically like a step up, like Green Day, Nirvana, to get myself better. Then started doing Alice in Chains, and then I got Pearl Jam, and then I went crazy on Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam was my favorite because that's when I started to write and all that kind of stuff too.
There's a
So
song about that. Baby, go crazy, crazy on you.
I guarantee that was
Yeah.
not Pearl Jam, but we'll
yeah, that was
Yeah.
definitely not Pearl Jam. But no, because
ride
Eddie,
with it, Clay.
because Eddie could write the rhythms, and Stone wrote rhythms. They're really good, but McCready could do the leads, so I kind of got all three from them. When I got really good. But then I took a step back in time and I went back to really listen to the Beatles, and then I fell in love with Pink Floyd.
Oh,
Yeah, so Echoes,
yep.
Dark Side of the Moon, and then of course The Wall and Animals. Animals really influenced me to want to do my own concept album.
Animals, 100%.
We
Yeah.
should, you know what we should do? Okay, so you both love animals.
Yeah.
Why don't we close this out where Chris, you play the drums and you grab that guitar off the wall, Jason, and you guys play real quick.
That guitar?
That one? Wait. Please, let me see.
It's a
There.
it's a Washburn.
It's not a Washburn.
The one that you kept preventing me from throwing in the garbage because it was a gift from Sarah.
It was.
But
It was when we were barely making money, and she gave that to me for
I
my
know, that's
birthday.
why I was never gonna throw it away, of course.
Oh,
but Jason, I'll go back with you. Like animals, I think animals.
Animals, yeah. House of the Rising
Yes.
Sun, yeah.
It's so close to the best album. I love metal though. Like I love everything they've done on metal. But yeah, you got the right stuff, man.
So like Black Sabbath, Metallica, Megadeth. I love Mustaine more. I don't know why I love Dave Mustaine.
do we, Chris? Would you want to play for us real quick in closing,
I'll play.
or is that, or would
I'll
you say
play
no,
for you if I got somebody else to play with.
Jason?
There's no way I can play on that thing. That thing's so out of tune, and that thing is not no.
The bass? All right.
We'll have to do it
fine.
another time.
We'll do it. I'll tell you what.
We'll do it another time.
Yeah.
I would love to do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it, because then we'll have it ready. Because this is totally like random off the top of my head.
Well,
So I think in the final moments, how much time? I didn't even keep time. Where are we at in time, you guys?
We're about an hour, I think.
Are we?
I'm
Okay.
not sure.
Okay. Well, we're gonna wrap up then. I think we're at about an hour, right, Jason?
Yeah. Hey,
Okay.
one other thing before we go though.
yes.
I'll make sure I have my Strat with me next time. But the Strat is a Wayne's World Strat.
No shit.
It's pure white. It's just like the
Like white pick guard and everything.
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna jam.
Yes.
We're gonna
Yes.
jam.
No way or no stairway denied.
Yeah, no, it didn't stairway denied.
Denied.
Yeah. I will buy this. A cha-ching.
Yep. Ching.
Wait, Chris, I do have a question about the guitar on the back of your wall, though.
Yes. Hold on. This I will
Yes.
tell you this. This is an amazing guitar.
For our listeners who can't see, he's walking back in the back of his room right now. I'm gonna narrate.
This
He's
is
taking
a
4 steps.
classic. Jason will love
Oh.
this guitar.
This is a guild guitar, which is I'm gonna put this up here, I think.
Oh, okay.
Guild was before Gretsch. Okay. And this is a 100% hollow body Guild guitar. I think it was 1964 is what I had it.
Wow.
Mm.
I think I had it not appraised, but I think it was 1964, all hollow body, original pick guard. But this was Darwin's. This was Sarah's.
This was my dad's guitar, Jason.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
This guitar, I took it to a local guy. He's like, this guitar is worth like $6,000 minimum.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah. But this guitar, again, hollow body, which is it gets a lot of feedback and whatnot. But I had to take it out of the case and put it on the wall because
Yeah.
I love the hollow body, but
I'm not a guitar player, and if I played the guitar, this is one that I would probably play. But this thing is,
to be honest, I'm not familiar with the Guild kind of a series, so
it was before Gretsch.
okay.
Guild
And who
Gretsch.
were some of the bands that used it?
I have no idea.
Mm.
I'll have to look it up.
I wonder
Sarah,
if Chuck Berry. I wonder if Berry used it.
How old was your dad? Like pre
He was a
We're talking
teenager,
Buddy
wasn't he?
Holly. He had to be around. He was after the Buddy Holly.
1893, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he would just pull this guitar out when we were kids. I don't know when he got it, maybe when he was in high school. And he would just be sitting on the couch and he would basically strum like the same thing over and over, but he would like, yeah, it's maroon. Yeah.
This
Is-
color, like the maroon color, is rare.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
look that up because that might be a Richie Valens,
Look it up.
Buddy Holly time frame guitar. So
So that would have
Possibly.
been. So let's get this right then. So that would have been when Michael J. Fox was performing on the stage in Back to the Future when he kicked the speaker over.
100%. Yeah.
Oh,
in the
the
history, yes.
Yeah.
yes,
I was
not
no,
like
the
the
movie's
80s.
85.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
When he
but
kicked the
this-
speaker over and there's like, hey, listen to this. This is the music.
Chuck Berry. I forget what he used, but Chuck Berry is like to me like he started the sound that we all kind of play now. Of course, there's Robert Johnson before that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I love it.
This guitar is super special. I don't think
Yeah.
like a lot of people know how special it is, but I mean, look at that. Look at that. It's not a Bigsby.
It's definitely not a Washburn. So
It's the old Gretsch. I mean, this it's a Guild. This thing is cool.
I gotta look at Guild because my Telecasters and Gibson Les Paul and I had a Les Paul, didn't like it, too heavy for me.
yeah.
The cool thing about this is I have the original case, I have the original strap, I have
Mm.
original strings.
Jeez.
So I took this to a guitar maker in Salt Lake and I said, make it playable. But they cut like they took everything out very precisely. So to capture the beauty of what it is, I have the case, I have the strap, I have the original guitar strings. Like this guitar, if I could play the guitar, this would be on freaking.
Yeah, that thing lived behind our couch
Oh.
growing up in the case.
And
We would
this-
open it up and look at it every once in a while, but that's where it
it's like
stayed,
that's
just
off. This
behind the
is real.
couch.
Huh.
Mhm.
or under the couch, yeah, wherever. it
I
was.
gotta look up what they, especially some of because that's one that some of the original bands would have used for sure.
This guitar is there's nothing short of special on this guitar.
Mm.
And I wish I played guitar because I don't know the history. Well, I know the history, but I don't know like what this thing could actually do.
Yeah, one thing I always wanted to learn was drums because I wanted to be Dave Grohl for a little while.
Yep.
And I wanted to do and create my own album all the way through.
Oh yeah,
So,
play
yeah.
it all.
but I never did take the time to learn drums like I should have. So
We'll
Oh,
have
and
to do that
man
next time. We'll have to go into GarageBand and do a recording and then bleed your guys' music together just for the podcast. That would be fun.
I would do it.
That would be fun. You'd have to hook it up.
Well, the weirdest part is my music sound that I write sounds way different than what I listen to.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your typical playlist? Like, what do you listen to?
Well, I like Chevelle now.
Okay.
I really like Chevelle. It's still kind of the same thing from before, but and then the Neil Young really uh, when I stopped playing about 15 years ago, Neil Young was who I was learning on,
Yeah.
and that's when I got really good.
Nice.
So and I started writing like him. Like a lot of my writing became focused because I love his mixture of chords and hammer off and just
Like his vocal style is pretty
his
cool.
vocal style is awesome. But that's why I love Vedder and those kind of guys because their vocal style isn't the typical like great pop voice. It's that kind of feeling, you get that in your spirit kind of.
So it's
Mhm.
basically
meaning.
what you guys are describing is basically like the Desert Echo.
Oh yeah, our band. Our rap
You're in
band
a
that we
band
made.
called Desert Echo?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna have to go listen to our new song we just released.
You didn't hear our song, Chris?
Prior to this interview, no.
Okay.
Now
I'm
he
gonna,
will. Now
Going
he
to,
will
and
go
I'm
and
gonna check
listen
it
to
out.
it. Yep.
I'll text it to you so you don't have to go through the entire podcast.
But I don't. Have you heard of Sparta?
Oh, I love Sparta.
Yeah, Sparta.
It's old ex Mars Volta stuff.
Yeah, and then
He just played Salt Lake and played Porcelain.
yeah.
The whole album.
But
Yeah.
have you ever played with the Used?
Used just played here 3 nights because they're from Utah.
Yeah, they're from Utah. That's why I was wondering if you've ever, because I'm not a huge Used fan, but there's a couple.
I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah,
I'm on the alternate spectrum of what is typically cool. I'm on that.
yeah, yeah. No, the Used was not something I like, but Biffy Clyro really got me. The Irish band. So
Yes.
so I really fell in love with Biffy Clyro recently. So
You know
That's
which
cool.
one that I have to say is one of my most favorite? You gotta know when to hold 'em.
Mhm.
Know when to fold 'em.
So
Know when to walk away. Know when to run.
Sarah, who is this?
That's
Johnny
Kenny
Cash.
Rogers.
Oh, Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers.
I know songs. I just
You
don't
do,
know
you-
people.
You knew Soul Coughing, which cracked me up. That cracked me up because I was
We
sitting there
are-
going, what was I saying? The part where it's like, move aside and let the man go through, and you
Oh,
go,
no,
Soul
it's-
Coughing, and I was like, oh my
No,
god.
no, that was Oh
We-
no, yeah, I know what song you're talking about. I can't space on it right now,
But
but
you
yeah.
said the band.
Step aside, yeah.
Yeah, move aside, let the man go through. It's like-
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
We I hate to do this because I love where this podcast is going. Chris, we're going to have you on again. And what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to seriously plan it better so that you and Jason can go on a riff and then me and Sarah can do the singing.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
let's do it.
You
I'm a
don't
good singer.
count your money when you're sitting at the table.
We're not playing Kenny Loggins. Oh,
Oh, Kenny
Kenny
Loggins.
Rogers.
I love Kenny
well,
Loggins.
Kenny Loggins too, though.
Kenny Loggins is fun.
No one named
Like-
Kenny.
Why not the song about Pooh Corner by Kenny Loggins?
No, it's
You know, the
Pooh
Winnie the Pooh song.
What about
So
Footloose?
Jason, are you more guitar? Are you guitar, or what are you? Like, what's your thing?
You're a Sagittarius, right?
I'm a Virgo, but he might
That's
be
true.
Sagittarius, but yeah.
I guitar and bass. I split between the two because I love the sound of the bass. Just as much, and I love bass-driven songs, but I don't slap like Flea or something like that because I like the more like melodic bum 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 as opposed to like Davey 504 type of stuff.
Oh, I love all that stuff, but
Yeah, I love to listen to it, but I never wanted to
Yeah, when you-
slap.
it's like
Next week on the Prattle Proos, we're going to talk about this guitar and the history behind this guitar.
Yes, we should. That's a black Strato. Is that Strat, right?
No, it's an Ermic, $99 on Amazon.
It's a Strat body, bro.
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
Strat.
yeah. Hey,
Strat
Chris,
body,
thanks for
bro.
being on the Prattle Proos today. You were a pro at prattling.
You're
Oh,
pro.
wait.
Oh,
One
yeah.
last
What?
thing.
What?
Your relationship with the bassist.
Oh yeah.
Purely platonic.
No, like how close do you and the bassist like have to feel together to keep all the timing and that kind of stuff?
It depends on each band. Like I literally just play, and every bassist has to follow me versus me following a bassist.
Okay.
When I first started, I didn't play to a click. I didn't play to any bands. It was literally just learning on my own. But like now, when I play my stuff, and the bass follows me.
Okay.
It's
Gotcha.
a little different because normally, like, hey, and I think if I were to like harness down and if I were playing with a player, like, hey, I don't want to do certain fills here. I don't want to do certain fills here because I want to let the singer stand out. But where it's just like, if it's all instrumental or if it's like, hey, this is a bass player or whatnot, I do my thing.
Oh yeah. So that's basically, if we can put it in perspective for our listeners of what you just said.
It's a CD.
No, that was earlier in the show. It's basically like on Prattle Proos, I'm basically like the drummer in your band. Like I lead the show and everybody follows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You set the pace, you set the precedent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm doing the 1, 2, 4.
Yeah.
one,
You,
two,
Is this-
four. Yeah, yeah.
Usually at bands, it'll either be the bassist or the drummer, or together they work really hard to get on the time together for the rest of the band. So
Okay, so that's a better analogy. So we're together, the bass and the drummer are together.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
Mhm.
we're together. We're together.
but it works depending on how it just someone's got to keep the right timing. So
They do. They do.
yeah.
Whether it's a bass
Speaking
player.
of timing, we're
Yeah.
now at like way over time for our Prattle Proos. So
Well, it was nice. It was a fluid conversation, right?
it was. It
Yeah.
was. All right. Don't go anywhere. Let's say bye to our
be.
listeners. Oh my gosh. All right. See you later, Chris. All right. Everybody say bye to our listeners. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, listeners. Thanks for listening.
Pleasure. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for prattling with us on the Prattle Proos. This podcast is a production of Clayton Bowen and Jason Smith. Copyright 2024, present Prattle Proos. All rights reserved. Any reproduction or distribution of this show without express permission is prohibited. Unless, of course, you're sharing it with your grandma, then we'll allow it. Got something to prattle about? Hit us up via email at prattleproos@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow and review wherever you get your podcast. Until next time, keep it weird, keep it prosy, and remember, you're never too old for a good laugh. Ha 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 ha!
Something only Sarah can bring me to her side. Remembrance, that question to Sarah is reminiscent of that time I didn't make it to the bathroom and shot all over myself. The insight you gained from her reminiscing was everlasting and brought you to the remembrance I see. What